Masterton. 26 years old, unmarried. She came into an enormous inheritance. The major stockholder of a vast international business complex. Her personal fortune at least 30 million and getting bigger all the time.
You've really done your homework.
I know more about the girl than her best friend does. Who she knows, where she goes, what she does.
What do you figure the take's going to be?
Name it, the sky's the limit. She could even pay off the national debt and not even feel it.
All right, I'll stake you. How much do you need?
Say 10,000?
You've got it. And I get my investment back plus 50% of your take.
40.
50. Argue and it'll be 60. A con man's handshake isn't worth much. My security is that you know nobody ever got away with crossing me. Just make sure you get every penny she's got. Everything.
Buenas noches.
Sounds like $10,720.
No, it's $27. That was very close to him. Very good.
Tell me, what is the romance between you Americans and poker? You spend 3 days and nights playing poker to pick up what you give away.
Well, man, it's the game. It's the game. It's bluffing. It's calling the odds. I tell you, and tonight I was superb. In two words, superb.
It's a pity you don't want to talk about it.
You want to hear about the game?
No, no, no.
I like the way you put that. Well, it was a terrific scene. I'm in against one player. He's a Spanish aristocrat, you know, like a count or a duke or a king or a queen or something like that. Anyway, all of a sudden I find I'm out 7. Then I'm into him for 5.
Hundreds?
What hundreds? Thousands. Hundreds. Well, El Pokerino, all of a sudden he gets really hot. He's murdering me. Then the next thing I know, he gets cold. Then hot. Then cold.
And then you started winning, right?
Right. And all of a sudden, I couldn't do wrong. I was drawing the inside straights. And the next thing I know, I'm the papa of 100,000 smackers.
Like a lamb to the slaughter.
Right.
First of all, he took you for 10,000, right? And then he stepped outside. And when he came back, you started winning.
Beautiful.
It's the oldest gag in the world. First of all, he took your real cash. And then he fed you back funny money.
Right, counterfeit.
You knew?
Well, yeah, sure, of course.
You did get your money back, though.
Oh, sure. At the end of the game, I took him outside and gave him a crash course in pain.
Why, do love a game loser.
Get up!
Please, John.
Shelley, I warned you about him. I haven't finished with you, Foster. You do well to believe that.
Now, there must be some better way. Good evening.
Thank you. You were quite a help, sir.
I do believe a drink would be a better one.
Yes, I
Daniel?
think so. Come on.
Now, what will you have?
Whiskey soda.
Daniel?
I'll have a whiskey soda.
2 whiskey sodas, please, and I'll have another brandy. Left hand.
Sit down.
Son.
Your daughter?
No. Shelley Masterton.
Oh, the soap heiress. She's worth $30 million.
That's an awful lot of subs. And you, sir?
Hatton, John Hatton. I'm a financial advisor. I've looked after Shelley's affairs ever since her parents died. Never any problem.
Until now. The problem is Carl Forster.
You know him?
Right, that's the guy there, right. I know him, and every hotel manager in Miami knows him. When he comes into town, they lock up the wives, the daughters, and the widows.
I presume that diatribe means he's a rich lady mechanic?
Right. Once around the track, a few tugs at the heart, and the next thing the money's he's gone, you know.
And Shelley knows all that.
Oh, she does.
But this time
yeah.
she's convinced it's different.
All too true. She believes he's reformed, that this is the real thing.
Yeah, real robbery.
Nicely put, Daniel.
Poor girl, there's absolutely nothing I can do to stop them from getting married.
Now, will you stand there with an apple on your head?
No. I'm gonna take red, I think.
It's a good choice.
I think so. Watch, kiddo. I meant blue. Not red. It was blue I meant.
Yeah, colorblind. Mother's side of the family. Shelley Masterton.
Nice girl. Too much of a pushover for the guy like Forster.
Yellow. Pun intended. Look, you're not suggesting we take a hand, are you?
Well, I was thinking about it. It's liable to broaden her horizons, you know?
Well, show a limitation of a man like Foster compared to...
Clean cut, up and up, handsome, maybe a little too handsome.
Yeah, slightly raffish, perhaps.
Yeah.
Cool, sophisticated. Just this side of devastating.
You're right. I could do it. I really could do it.
You?
Well, certainly me. I mean, the shoe fits. Not you.
I would be the natural choice.
There's a way of deciding a natural choice, you know.
Yes, and it would add credibility to the situation.
And flatter the girl.
But it's too much. You only up against each other. Oh, dear.
You want to bet?
Put your money where your mouth is. 5.
You're wrong.
Winner takes all.
No holds barred.
No holds barred.
To the death, baby.
Somebody's going to get themselves killed.
I've got a nomination.
Why do they do it?
Show their masculinity and their courage. To prove their virility.
Got to be stupid.
Right, I've got another nomination for you. You know something? He would be one of the greatest bullfighters of our time. He could go down in the ring, and without a sword, he would talk him to death.
Oh,
For heaven's sake, stop it,
That
you
bull down there
two.
would be
Stop
talking to
it.
death. Oh.
If I have one magnificent quality, and I certainly have, it's my modesty. And though I say it myself, how could any girl resist when you're alone on a boat with the sea, the sun, champagne, and the happy, happy thought that a certain American gentleman is miles away on shore?
It stands to reason. Any good, clean, living American boy can outsmart any decadent English aristocrat. You want to be alone with a girl? You find a lonely mountain. So steep, even the goats don't use it. Then what do? You climb to the top. And then what do you think you see? First, we'll go to this private little beach that I know and have a picnic. And then later tonight, I'm going to take you to the top of a mountain. There's a place that I know that's fabulous. Raw red wine, candlelight, and the greatest flamenco guitarist this side of Madrid.
Why, Danny?
Why, Danny, what?
You and Brett trying so hard to make me feel wanted, important.
Well, I'll tell you something. You're a nice-looking girl, that's why.
No. I'm really rather new at this sort of game. You see, Danny, I've been pushed around from one exclusive girls' school to another.
Look, if you're going to give me that poor little rich girl routine, you might as well forget it. And I'll tell you something else.
Look, I don't really care whether you believe me or not. The fact of the matter is that I've been suffering from a bad case of overprotection. You see, Danny, I didn't just plain grow up. Oh, no. No, I was molded into what someone else thought my image should be.
I see. Molded, huh? Well, whoever did the molding didn't do a bad job.
Oh, you really think I'm attractive?
You're a knockout, Shelley, but I don't have to tell you that, do I?
Yeah. I wish I didn't know John Hatton wanted you to say that.
You're the most suspicious, nice English girl I ever met in my life.
Do you really think that I don't know why you and Brett are throwing yourselves at me?
Tell me why again, I forgot.
He put you up to this whirlwind courtship, now didn't he?
Who's he?
John Hatton.
Oh, I see. John Hatton.
Yeah. Well, it's great, Danny, it's great, but don't expect it to work, that's all.
Shelley, I'm crazy about you. I'm nuts about you.
Lovers quarrel?
Here he is. The English lord. What are you doing here?
Waiting for you to leave.
Oh, really? Well, I'm leaving. Hasta la vista.
Hasta la never.
Oh.
Tell me, do you have any special plans for today? Good. Then we'll pop into my car and go down to the river to a nice, quiet, shaded, secluded little spot where we'll be entirely alone. Then afterwards, we'll pop back into the car and go to the beach. There's a little bodega with
Candles and the greatest flamenco guitarist this side of Madrid.
You've been there.
I'm sorry. I suppose I'm a little too suspicious of everyone's motives round here.
Well, in that case, we'll move out of the sun and I'll buy you a nice special forgiving drink.
Well, if it isn't Buffalo Bill Cody. Hi.
Not while I'm eating well.
You're early. They don't take the garbage out for 2 hours.
Very funny.
Still in the banking business?
I have a few investments going. Cheese?
No, thank you. Save it for the mouse. You got baited here.
Here.
Oh, yes, here.
Mr. Wilde, I'm a guest in this hotel.
You're also bankrolling a cheapskate by the name of Carl Forster over there.
Sorry. I don't know the man. See you around, Mr. Wilde.
Call it off, Cody, or I'll rub you out with spot remover.
Hello, darling. I've been looking for you everywhere.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were busy today.
It's too bad you can't join us.
Well, thank you, but Shelley and I have an appointment. The lawyer, my darling.
Oh, yes, the lawyer. Sorry, just
We're
forgot.
due there in half an hour. I'm sure you don't mind.
If that's what Shelley wants.
Oh, it is. Isn't it, Shelley?
Yes, of course. Well, sorry, Brett. Perhaps another time?
Hasta la vista.
A lawyer?
She said nothing to me.
Well, could you be signing over any money to him?
Well, not without my counter-signature. I have to approve any significant payment made from the estate.
Whatever it is, he's beginning to put on the pressure.
I've got to know what he's planning. I've got to know.
Howard, do whatever I do.
Good evening, senores.
He's gone. I've seen this done 1,000,000 times in the movies. Here. Micah. It's not thick enough. Give me a bobby pin.
What's that?
Hairpin. Hairpin. Thanks.
What happened?
It fell through the other side. Fork.
What, are you gonna eat your way through?
Just give me the fork. You and your shoes.
Oh. Listen, I've got an idea.
What?
Why don't we hire a young burglar and give him his first chance?
What are you talking about, hire a burglar? This place is easy, easier than Fort Knox or Shumpert.
Really?
Spencer Tracy once took a pipe cleaner, an ordinary pipe cleaner, and by inserting it in the keyhole and delicately moving it about in intricate positions, you know, I could become a gentleman cracksman with this. He opened it. Well, it doesn't seem... Lordship.
There's no need to kneel. I'm a very democratic lord.
Now, how did you do that?
Well, you see, I went through those windows and along there, the balcony, and out through.
Now, what are you doing out there?
Coming in.
I don't know, I can't think.
Now, you sure he's out with Shelley?
Oh, he's gone for hours.
Where do we start?
Well, Foster's Mr. Obvious, so we go to the most obvious place. Now,
Under the bed?
No, nothing. Follow the master under the bed, right? See that chest of drawers? It's always the top one, on the right,
Oh, sure.
underneath the socks. I'm so smart, I get at it.
Beginner's luck.
On second thoughts, I think you should fold that up and let me put it back where I got it from.
Why?
Mainly because there's a guy standing at the door with a gun aimed at our backs.
Well, that may be one of the best reasons I've ever heard. Put it away, Stanley.
Breaking and entering. I could shoot you down right now. In self-defense, of course.
He couldn't go through with it.
No.
Why should I?
Yeah, right, why should he? He's got it made.
Oh, especially with that document that Shelley signed.
Oh, yeah?
Well, with that document, he becomes a legal advisor to her estate in the event of John Hatton's retirement, voluntary resignation, or demise.
Yeah, right. He could be suddenly demised down dead.
He suddenly stopped shaking his head, shall we?
Yeah, let's go. What do you want to do tonight, your lordship?
Well, I heard there was a new discotheque.
There was no need for you to go through all this.
And what were you going to do? Just tell us? I mean, you're going to give us all the angles, eh?
Yes, like reporting a fire to an arsonist.
You might as well know you can't stop me now.
But he still has to get rid of John Hatton.
Murder? Brett, come on, not Foster. He hasn't got the belly for it. He's a pussycat.
You mean you could rent space on his yellow streak?
This is the big one, gentlemen. $30 million. The one I waited for all my life. Nothing and nobody's going to stop me now, including you.
You know, it does sound as though he's got the belly for it after all.
Well, it could be.
I'm warning you. Keep out of my way. I'm in this up to the neck, and if you don't think I'd kill for $30 million, try me.
Shelley, isn't it time you faced it? You know what Foster wants from you.
I don't want to talk about it.
Fine.
Look, I know you mean well, but why don't you see things the way they really are? You say Carl Foster's after my money. Well, that could be true of every man in my life. I mean, how am I to know? But sometime I've just got to take the chance.
Yes, but not with a man like him. Oh, come on, Shelley. Your pride's caught up in this. Why don't you take some advice?
Advice? I don't need advice. I'm a big girl now.
With a big fortune.
Look, all my life I've put up with counselors, advisors, guidance. There comes a point when I've got to start to make my own mistakes. I'm 26. That's time enough.
All right, well, why not accept the fact you got off to a bad start?
Well, it's not true. I've known Carl Foster for some time now. He's never asked me for a penny. He's paid his way and mine as well. Now, what sort of confidence trick is that?
The usual sort. Look, he said it out loud. This is the big one for him. Now, come on, admit it. He virtually pushed you into signing that document.
He did not push me. I wanted to sign it. And anyway, it simply states that he'll become my financial administrator should anything happen to John Hatton.
And it just might.
Are you suggesting he'd kill John?
Would you like to take the chance?
Well, it's a hot dog. Oh, I know better. It's a sausage and... Excuse me. Don't run. I want to show you something.
What?
I want to show you something.
Why?
Don't make a scene now. Come on.
Go of me. Well, I don't pretend to know what's happened, but it needn't be anything to do with Carl Foster. It could be a burglary, something like that.
Come on, you're just kidding yourself. You could think of 100 ways not to involve Foster, but you'd still be kidding yourself.
Well, what can we do?
Come on.
You know what, Foster? You're a terrible operator. Good conmen don't sweat when they're worried.
Why should I be?
Because I'm running out of time.
But things are working out fine, Cody. I've got her all set up.
Then move in for the kill.
Well, a few more days and...
Now. Now, Foster.
Well, what's the hurry?
24 hours. Or I move in on you.
Sure, Cody.
You be sure. And try not to sweat, Foster. It betrays you.
No, he's not in the hotel, and his car's still on the lot.
Well, I don't know where he's...
Here comes your armorata now.
I'm sorry I'm late, darling. Something came up.
It's all right.
Well, it isn't really. I'm going to be busy for another couple of hours yet.
We were having dinner.
I know. But look, I'll be back by 11. And if you get ravenous, I'm sure Mr. Wilde will be delighted to look after you.
Anytime.
I'm so sorry, sweetheart, but it is important. You do understand, don't you? Bye. Be as quick as I can.
Carl?
Yeah?
You haven't by any chance seen John Hatton, have you?
Hatton? No. Was he looking for me?
No. No, it's all right. Doesn't matter.
Well, I think we better go.
saw lights on the side road back there.
I'll turn around.
That was Carl.
Yeah, where's Brett?
I tried to hold out, but he forced me to sign. There was no choice.
Buenas tardes.
Wait here.
You come to the village of a poor people and steal our guests from us? You know, senor, that our law permits us to cut off the hand of a thief.
And we don't exactly give out prizes for kidnapping either. Now I'm going to take this man out of here.
No, senor. We are people of great honor. We have received money to give lodging to your friend.
Well then, how much money do you need to receive to unlodge him?
Don't offer me money, senor. You would insult me. If a man wants something badly enough, he fights for it.
Marquis of Queensberry or catch as catch can?
If you win, you walk away with your friend. If you lose, you don't walk.
Keep back. I think it's cabaret time.
Nice and slow.
I am a very bad loser, senor. Not only am I a bad loser, I am a liar and a cheat. You will both stay here. Oh!
By the way, I'm a bad loser, too. All right, let's hear the worst.
Well, he had the document all prepared, my official resignation, stating quite clearly that I'm no longer Shelley's financial advisor. I signed.
That, together with the paper you sign, wraps it up. He now controls the estate.
I gotta hand it to him. He does nice work. Expensive, but nice, huh?
Yes, but he still can't cash checks without Shelley's counter-signature, right?
You can't force me to do that. Whatever else he can do, he can't force me to do that.
Without his signature, the estate can't function. No trading or investments. Could cost millions.
Is that from Foster?
I imagine he's willing to return the documents for a consideration.
$100,000.
Never. I won't allow it.
We have no choice.
We have the law. Documents signed under coercion, under the threat of physical violence. The courts would invalidate them on sight.
Yeah, but getting in the courts could take a long time.
Do you think I care about that? Paying out money to some fortune hunter, giving him the satisfaction of knowing that he's beaten us? Oh, no, no.
I want you to pay him, John.
What?
Pay him the money.
Why, Shelley?
Because I don't want my stupidity spread all over the newspapers. Leave me a little of my pride. Oh, please, John, pay him.
No, Shelley. I'll never agree to pay that man one single penny.
Shelley, do it his way. I mean, it's going to make a lot of noise in the newspapers for a couple of days, and then it'll be yesterday's news. People just don't remember.
I'll remember.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm going to find that money somehow. It may take some time, but I'll find it. You have to pay for your mistakes, don't you?
Hello? It's Foster.
Yes. Yes, I got your note.
You'll agree it's a small price to pay. You know, there were times when I saw you as a beautiful and attractive woman and not just a crock of gold. But then I mustn't get sentimental. Now to business.
I can't. It's impossible.
Of course you can. You'll do it. When another thing, you'll bring it to me yourself and you'll be alone, understand?
I can't. It's impossible.
What?
He won't wait. He wants the money by noon tomorrow.
You play a good game of poker, senor.
Thank you. Gambling is a family tradition. Well, as a matter of fact, my great-great-uncle, Viscount Eckersley, mother's side of the family, that is, once made what is reputed to be the world's largest wager on a hand of cards.
Really?
He staked the entire family land and estates. The 6 noble houses, 10 million acres, 100,000 guineas, all on one turn of the cards.
Fantastic. What happened?
Oh, he lost.
I would have killed myself.
He did? Who's opening?
You shouldn't rest. Listen, come here. You know, about this money that you need, It's funny, but I just had some lying around in my bag, and I thought maybe you could use a little of this. Just
Danny,
a little amount of money. I had use it if you need it. If you don't want it, you don't have to
I don't know
use
what to say.
it. Well, nothing to say, just...
Oh.
A 4. Aces on 10s.
You're sure you wouldn't care for a few more hands?
Oh, thank you.
You appear to have better fortune than your illustrious ancestor.
Well, I've always believed that it's better to be a bad winner than a good loser. Gentlemen, that appears to be that.
Senor, even as a loser, I consider it a privilege to have played with you.
Thank you. There's just one other thing. My original stake money, you wouldn't mind if I took it back? You see, unlike this stuff, this is real.
Get after him! Go on, get after him, quickly!
Good night.
Night,
Listen,
Danny.
take care of yourself. I'll see you
Yeah, I still don't know how to thank
That's
you.
all right. Nothing to thank me about. See you later. Oh, you know, don't tell Brett about the money.
No,
You know what I mean?
no,
Yeah.
of course not.
See you in the morning.
Yeah, don't forget our date.
Yeah, don't change.
Look what I found.
Fred.
I thought you might find a use for it.
Well, Fred, I simply don't know what to say.
Don't say anything.
Would you mind if I kiss you?
It'd be most hurt if you didn't.
How can I ever thank you?
Oh, we'll think of a way. By the way, you won't say anything to Danny, will you?
Oh, I wouldn't. Believe me, I wouldn't.
Right here.
Don't stop. Keep going. Why don't you say goodbye?
Why don't you just push your trolley along and share it with some glandular type that usually goes for you?
Brett,
Gentlemen.
do Shelley a favor. Why don't you save her the embarrassment of having to tell you she's made a real name?
Gentlemen, I think I can help.
What is it?
Miss Masterton, she checked out of the hotel 1 hour ago.
Thank you. You know, I...
Checked out?
Yes, she and Mr. Hutton.
Thank you.
So you, loaned Shelley the money,
Are you kidding? You'd think I'd pull a trick like that.
You thought it might give you an edge, right?
Right.
It was a rotten, sneaky thing to do.
Well, what do you expect from a rotten sneak? Anyway, don't forget, our bet. To the death.
Daniel, I cannot tell you how disappointed I am in us.
Us? Well, wait a minute, you didn't give her
100,000 big ones.
That's the most conniving, dirty... Wait a minute. She only needed 100 grand, which I gave her.
And I gave her.
Brett,
Don't say it.
let's toast to 3 of the neatest artists in the business.
$200,000.
2? You doubled it.
Yeah, and I wasn't even trying. Each of them handed it over. And both of them then made me swear that I wouldn't tell the other one. Naturally, I agreed.
That's absolutely priceless. You're a genius.
Yes, I rather think I am.
I think that calls for a celebration. Yeah, this might interest you.
Yeah.
Your namesake. Got married last week. Big society wedding.
Miss Shelley Masterton and Mr. Thomas Reed Watson. Not bad looking. I wouldn't say she's quite in my class, though.
You played the part brilliantly.
Oh, thank you. Where's Johnny?
He's putting the bags in the car.
Oh, pity we had to rush off. I was just beginning to like it here.
The climate is going to get very unhealthy very fast. There's something I didn't mention to you and Johnny.
Like what?
Like where I got the money to finance the whole operation.
You mean the way you set up the banker? When you showed him the Masterson estate with me acting like that great big house was mine, what did you offer him?
50% of the take.
Smooth operator. Well?
He thinks you're the real Shelley Masterton.
Well, what does that matter?
The banker is a man named Cody, and you don't cheat on Cody.
You must be out of your mind.
That's why we're getting out fast and traveling far. That'll be Johnny. You better get ready.
Suddenly I've got wings on my heels. I'll get my things.
Take a look in the case, Johnny. It'll make your heart sing.
I'll do that, Foster.
Well, hi. Nice surprise.
Surprise? You must have been expecting a visit from me sometime.
Of course. Naturally. Matter of fact, I was just about to put a call through to you.
Of course you were. But I thought I'd come anyway just to check on my investment. You see, I've had people watching you down here. I don't like what I've heard.
Well, look, I'll tell you the truth, Cody.
That would be nice and unusual.
You see, well, kidnapping is a little out of my territory.
Rather late to admit that, isn't it?
Well, maybe, but I've cleaned up anyway. A couple of playboys, an American and an Englishman.
That's what I hear. You were pulling some kind of con trick on them. Well, all the time you had Shelley Masterton and her $30 million in the palm of your hand.
All right, so I got chicken, but what, 200,000 isn't bad, Cody, and half of it's yours.
That's big of you. You're not going to buy your way out of anything with this, Foster. The kidnap is still on. I want Shelley Masterton.
Then I can help you. She's here. She's upstairs right now.
Check.
Look, you can handle the whole thing from now on. I mean, I'll bow out. You can collect the whole tape.
Yes, you're certainly going to bow.
You're putting me on.
Well, it was the only sensible thing to do.
You know, the next time you try to convince me that you're a two-timing double-cross, I'm going to believe it and forgive you everything.
Well, Daniel, I appreciate that. But after all, I couldn't part with real cash, could I? I had to go and get myself a bundle of funny money.
Counterfeit, the same stuff I had. Where'd you get yours?
From the counterfeit Spanish card-playing count.
You know, for a peer of the realm, you strike me as a devious gent.
Daniel, in this democratic age, how else can we keep our heads above water?
You know, I agree with you. Oh, I don't believe what I believe.
I imagine you didn't expect to see me again.
Would you like to practice our karate homework?
I take everything above the belt.
Look, you have every right. Do anything you want to me. But it's Shelley, or at least the girl you know is Shelley.
Where is she now? Istanbul, South America? Where?
She's in trouble, desperate trouble. The way I see it, you're the only ones I can come to for help.
I couldn't care what happens to Foster. The only thing that matters is that I've got you.
But I
A note
am
has been sent to your home in England. If there's anybody there who cares for you, I imagine they'll be quite quick to react.
And if they don't?
Either way, Miss Masterton. Either way, your future is rather limited. You know now. So you see, I really couldn't let you leave here alive.
Now I know you paid us off with counterfeit money, I don't feel so bad about asking you for help.
Well, you're gonna feel bad. We're gonna find new ways to make you feel bad.
I'll drink to that. If only I had something to drink with. You might as well know, Hatton, that the only reason we're in on this is my friend's misplaced sense of chivalry. Apart from the fact that Shelley's rather attractive. A confidence trickster, that is.
What's her real name?
Gladys Smith.
Gladys Smith. You do sound too bad.
By the way, how many men does Cody have with him?
Well, 3 that I know of. But I think there might be a couple or more on the back.
How many?
Altogether?
Yeah.
6 at the most.
6.
6. With guns. Sure to.
Well, there are 3 of us.
Well, look, I'm not going to be too much help if it comes to a roughhouse, you know.
What do you mean?
Well, I have this heart condition.
Well, I'm just developing one myself.
Well, we could use a little help, I'll tell you.
Oh, Daniel. As always, you explain the situation with impeccable understatement.
Thank you. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
A perfect choice.
Get her down here.
Miss Masterton?
The one we thought was Miss Masterton.
Yeah. Finish dressing her. Daniel may need help.
My great pleasure. Come on, eat hearty. It's good for you.
Daniel, that was very nice.
Thanks.
I like those short punches. I wish I
I've
had
got
the
news for you.
opportunity. What? It is nice.
Wasn't
Yes.
quite short enough. You gotta make it tense. How many is that? 3?
Well, that makes 4. Sort of evens up the odds somewhat. Raymond, I cannot thank you enough for your help.
Thank you, English. It's most agreeable way to make an honest pesseto. Hey, English. You're a good man with a crook.
Well, it takes one to know one.
I did tell you it's not my fault if you didn't believe me.
You and Foster planned this together.
You just wouldn't listen.
I don't like to lose money, but even more, I don't like to be made a fool. You have done both those things.
Oh, Gladys, you might look a little happier to see us after all we've
What
been
about
through.
Cody?
Oh,
What
let
about
him go.
Well, Ray, I thought you packed your hook and went home.
I'm a good shepherd, senor. And a good shepherd never turns his back on a stray lamb.
Well, you're my kind of shepherd, believe me. Ta-da.
Farewell.
You will forgive us if we rush. We have some champagne on ice.
That's a lot of sheep.
Look, couldn't you both stay on a little longer?
Well, if we wanted to stay on a bit longer, we would, but,
I'm afraid London calls for me and the Bronx for him.
Well,
goodbye.
thank you.
Our
Both.
pleasure. Listen, Shelley, Gladys, or whatever you're going to call yourself, be careful, will you?
Yes, I'm afraid Christian Dior fell down on prison uniforms this year.
Well, you're both looking at a reformed woman.
Glad to hear it. Hasta luego.
Well, ta-da.
Bye-bye.
rig working? No.
Oh, so you're in oil?
Yeah.
How terribly interesting. Quite a coincidence, actually. Dad is in the shipping business, tankers mostly.
If you're a pretty girl, you can't lose them all.
A thought.
I'll bet.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. Why don't we just...
Forget it.
My very thought, old man. Vamos.